Hello, everyone. It's Twin Soul Poets.
Poets.
We are your go-to couple for love and relationship advice
Dope spoken word poetry.
and uplifting content. You're going to feel so uplifted today. We're going to
uplifting
uplift you.
content.
Today's video was inspired by a question we got on Instagram about what to do if you meet your twin flame and they're already in a relationship. We actually have personal experience with this question, so we're excited to answer this one for you guys today. I think it's an important question, and I think that you guys will get a lot out of it.
But before we get into that juicy tidbit,
So juicy.
it's very important that you right now hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Are they doing
also,
it? Let me
do
see.
both
right now. Yep, I just saw a couple
somebody
people
just did.
subscribe. Thank you so much.
Did. You know, if you've been watching our videos, we have a goal, short-term goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So every subscriber helps. Question of the day: what do I do if I met my twin flame, which is very exciting, but oh no, big bummer, they're with somebody else right now? Well, we're excited to talk about this because we actually experienced this when we met, and the good thing about us being able to talk about it is we have both sides of the perspective, right? The person who had met their twin flame, but they were with somebody else, and me being with somebody else and meeting someone who I felt like, whoa, this is a really cool connection. So we both had to navigate that, and it was tough for both of us initially, but this is how we managed to get through it.
It worked out.
Yeah.
From the moment we met each other, there was this instant, palpable, deep, soulful, intense, fiery, rich
All those things.
connection, just immediately. And so we'll have to, we never really shared the story of how we met. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to hear it. It's a pretty interesting story, like much of our relationship, really cool. And so we got together, had like a first date, and hung out, and at one point I think he had come over to my house, and it was very clear that there was this physical chemistry going on. And Hamilton was open with me when like it was evident that there was this energy going on, that he was with somebody, that he had a girlfriend at the time. And I think at one point he had tried to kiss me or something like that, and I told him, I said, you know, there's obviously this, you know, amazing energy going on, but I'm not interested in being the other woman. I don't want to be a secret. If we're going to move forward physically, like, I need you to tell her. And he'll get into the story about that side, but she was out of the country. So it was really important to me that there was that transparency. And we'll get into some reasons why for you, you know, if you're in the situation later on. But just having that, like, as a starting point was really important for me. You know, I wanted that openness to be there from the beginning. And so he did express that to her, and again, he'll get into his side of the story. But then that's when I felt comfortable kind of moving forward and, you know, being physical, dating more, really like kind of exploring that. But that clarity was so important to me.
For me, like Ingrid said, right when we met, there was an obvious connection, and this was just weird timing for both of us. But I was very much in love with someone else at the time. We had gotten pretty serious before she had left for overseas, and she was gonna be there for about a year and a half, I think. I was planning to wait for that, but then we met, and there was just such an obvious connection. It was just drawing me in, you know, and so I did at that point, you know, like Ingrid said, told you that I was seeing someone, and then you made it clear that you wanted me to tell her while she was away on her trip, and I did that. And I think that was really critical, that communication, just at least being honest. And even though I was sort of in a place where, like, I don't know what to do with this, but here's what it is, like, I still put it on the table. And you know, I think that needed to happen, or else it wasn't gonna move forward. The other aspect of that was I was about to go to Thailand in like 3 months when we first met.
And I was about to go to Atlanta in about the same amount of time. So
right.
Neither of us were expecting to like meet our twin flame before that happened.
So, and that, on one aspect, helped us not hold like a bunch of expectations about what was gonna happen between us, but we just were like, well, we really like each other. we really like this connection. We would just want to, enjoy it with the time that we do have. But I went to Thailand not knowing if I would ever see you again.
What I can say from the first part of our experience is that it's really important to be clear from the beginning, because the way that you start something, and especially a relationship, really can have like resounding, echoing effects throughout the entirety of your journey. So if you started off on a foot of honesty and openness, integrity, not to say we've never had pitfalls and that we've always been 100% honest and always been perfect, we have not. However, like starting the relationship that way, I do believe has affected the way that it continued from there. So if you're starting off on the foot where maybe you're the person who met someone who's in a relationship with somebody else, and you are kind of secretly connecting with this person, it's putting an energy into your connection that is going to reverberate over time.
And it's not just for the benefit of the other person. It's like when you are being really open and honest and not hiding anything, it gives you, it's very freeing in that you're not spending any kind of energy on any kind of pretense or putting up any kind of performance or wearing any kind of mask. You just really get to be yourself, and all your energy goes into enjoying this very real, authentic connection with another person, and knowing that if they're enjoying you, it's really the real you that they like, and that's I think that is very beneficial.
And also the way they respond to, if you're the person letting them know that's what you need, to that request is very telling. So if you let them know that I need transparency, I need you to let the other person know what's going on or whatever, and they're resistant to that, or they get angry about that, that's very informative, and it's important to know, because just because someone is your twin flame does not mean that you accept disrespectful behavior. It does not mean that you accept kind of being put on the back burner or treated unfairly or poorly. Like I think that some people like put twin flames on such a pedestal that they're afraid of letting it go. But as Hamilton said, I think part of the reason why we ended up working out in the way that we did is that we allowed ourselves to embrace the moment without the expectation of what it has to be and where it needs to go. However, as I'll get into in the next part of the story, I was very clear on what I wanted and needed from a relationship and from a man, which was the most important thing. Regardless of what he decided to do, that's where I kept my vision and my focus. And I think for me, that's what gave me a lot of peace when we went through our separation and things like that, which we'll get into next.